Good morning to everybody. Welcome to online classes. Hope all of you are well. Now I will explain from page number 23 the last part of the story, The Wooden Horse. Before today's explanation in this recording, I will refer 3-4 sentences as a reference, and you may say that it is a continuation. They dragged it across the plain, but when they reached the gate of the city, the horse proved too big to enter by it. The Trojans pulled down a section of the wall and brought it into the middle of Troy. Night fell, and the Trojans feasted in their joy that the great war was over and the Greeks had gone. Now I will start from the book for today's explanation. At last, worn out with excitement and celebration, they fell asleep, leaving few guards by the walls and gates. Explanation 1. In the end of the day, they were tired due to emotion and the ceremony. They fell asleep. Only the deputed few night watchmen near the gates and the walls. Explanation number 2. At the end of the day, they were exhausted due to incitement and achievement, and they fell asleep. The Trojans deployed some security personnel near the wall and the Troy city gate. Explanation number 3. Finally, they were stained due to commotion and performance, and they were into state of sleep after their festival over. So they arranged some guards for the wall sides and the main city gate. Now from the book. Inside the horse, the Greeks were sitting, trembling and alert. There were the Greeks inside the wooden horse. The Greeks were sitting and wavering and aware about the situation. Explanation number 2. The Greeks were inside the great wooden horse, which was placed in the middle of the Troy city. The Greeks were sitting and shivering and aware about the situation. Explanation number 3. The soldiers were inside the great wooden horse. All the Trojans were roaming outside the wooden horse. So the Greeks were sitting and silently, but they were shaking and they were worn out about the condition of the outside of Troy city. Now from the book. When the first light of morning came, they undid the bolt and opened the door in the horse. When the dawn, first light of the sun appeared, they loosened the bolt and opened the door in the horse. Here I will say about something. They used spanner to open the bolt, but hexagonal head was outside the wooden horse, and the tightening nuts are remained inside the wooden horse. So it was the advantage to open the nuts from inside of the wooden horse. That means they were well prepared. All the instruments, whatever spanners, side spanners, adjustable spanners, screwdriver, everything, they already carried with them when they are entering in the wooden horse. Now explanation number 2. Very early in the morning means when the first light was seen, they unscrewed the bolts and opened the door in the house from the horse. Explanation number 3. In the very early morning, the Greeks unfastened the bolt and opened the door in the horse. That is the end of the first lecture.